Hey guys, Krista and I are hanging out at our house, and with all this corona virus stuff happening, we were just talking about trying to take some time. Who knows if we're gonna do it every week or not? I have no idea, but just kind of picking some songs that we really love to sing and worship. And one of the songs that came to mind was a song that Krista threw it my way. You threw it my way a while back, right? And it's called Communion. It's from Maverick City Worship.
And I love this song, and something that my mentor in worship leading, Nina, if you're out there, she used to always, when we would learn songs, she wouldn't let us just, practice the parts and learn the lyrics, but she would really kind of make us dig into the lyrics and make us dig into what we were singing and kind of figure out why we were singing what we were singing and which parts of the song stood out to us. That way when we would minister the songs or when we were leading worship with the songs, that they meant something personal to us. She would always say, if it doesn't minister to you in private, it won't minister to others in public. And so we kind of just wanted to share a little bit of what this song means to us and the parts that we like or that stand out to us. And so for me, my favorite lines of this song is...
I hope you don't steal my favorite line.
Well, if I do, you
I'll
better
come up with a new one.
Think quick on the spot. So my favorite line is, here's where the dead things come back to living. I feel my heart beating again. And I think that just speaks to me, especially in this time of life right now where, you know what, all the craziness of life, all the busy schedule is gone. And basically you're kind of left with yourself, your family, and Jesus. And there's sometimes in this process, some ugly stuff has kind of come to the surface in my heart or my life that maybe was just being covered up by the busyness, by the ministry, by the schedule. But having to slow down has caused me to really do some kind of introspection and look inside of myself. And the greatest moments of my life are the moments that I spend in the presence of Jesus. And so that's why I just love that part that says, here's where the dead things come back to living, because those things that were in my life, whether it was a dream that has died or maybe, a passion for the Lord that had died, in his presence, those things they come back to living, and I can feel my heart beating again. I can feel myself, I feel more like myself than in any other place in the presence of Jesus. And so that's kind of the line that just gets me right there in the feelers.
It's funny, as you were saying how, like, when you're with Jesus worshiping, you feel more like yourself. And because the Bible talks about when we give our hearts to Christ, our old life is dead and it's gone. And so when we are so identifying with our old dead life, we don't feel like ourselves. And it just blows me away when I think about what a moment of worship can do, because it's not really the song or the music, but it's our minds being fixed back on who Christ says we are, who he says about us while we're here on this earth, and we feel more alive like ourselves because it's really actually who we are.
Sure.
My favorite line, and so you can preach on my line, baby,
okay,
when I get to my line.
I bet I know what your line is.
So my favorite line is just the opening line, "Take me back to the garden." And a friend of mine, Tramel, shared a book with me recently about the garden. And, the garden is really, it's a place that represents our fullness in Christ and everything that we need in life for joy, for happiness, for fulfillment. Because sometimes in this lockdown world, or maybe you're not locked down, maybe you're in a career space that there's high demand on you right now to care for people who are sick, or maybe you're in the grocery business. But where was I going? I think I started going on a little bit of a rabbit trail, but those of you who know me,
take me back to the garden.
Yeah, let's get back to the garden. But in the garden, regardless of what's going on in life right now, the cool thing is God designed us to live at peace and to live at rest. And that's why I love that line so much, because it just really reminds me of what God did for me when he died on the cross. This weekend is Easter weekend. Yesterday was Good Friday, and I'm just reminded that really when he resurrected, when he comes down into humanity, it's almost as if he brings heaven, or he brings the peaceful garden experience, boom, right into our life in Christ. Jesus says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And so it's so cool to know that no matter what's going on in our world, that we can have that peaceful garden experience as we think about where our hope and our trust really lies.
Sure. So we just want to invite you guys to worship with us. Take yourself to that place, to that garden with the Lord. Allow him to breathe new life into you today, and just encourage you in this space, because I promise you there is no greater peace, there is no greater fulfillment, there is no greater love than that you will feel in the presence of Jesus. So let's just worship together.
Take me back to the garden. Lead me back to the moment I heard your voice. Bring me back to communion. Lead me back to the moment I saw your face. And it was all so simple. It was easy to love. No space between us. It was easy to trust. And you are closer, closer than my skin. And you are in the air I'm breathing in. And here's where the dead things come back to living, and I feel my heart beating again. It feels so good to know you are my friend. This is the garden. Here in the place I find you close. This is communion. Here in the place I'm fully known. And it was all so simple. You're so easy to love. No space between us. You're so easy to trust. And you are closer, closer than my skin. And you are in the air I'm breathing in. And here's where the dead things come back to living, and I feel my heart beating again. It feels so good to know you are my friend. And this is where I'm meant to be. It's me and you and me. And I don't have to prove a thing. You've already approved of me. And this is where I'm meant to be. It's me and you and me. And I don't have to prove a thing. You've already approved and I feel my